Hello friends, I hope you all are safe in your home and utilizing this lockdown period for preparation of your theory examination. Today I am going to guide you regarding 6th chapter of PUPC, that is solid waste management. So first of all we will see what are the solid waste. The solid waste are material which we throw from our domestic use. It include trash, garbages, metal scrap, etc. which arises from a daily human activity and which are normally discarded as useless or unwanted material, and it is going to be a main reason for land pollution in urban as well as in industrial areas. There are three main things in a solid waste: garbage, refuse, rubbish and refuse. Okay, so we will see one by one. Garbage, it is a refer to a material which may contain organic matter or biodegradable material or decomposable material. Garbage is capable of being decomposed by the action of microorganisms. It includes a material like vegetables, animal parts, plant bodies. Next is rubbish. Rubbish is the solid waste which include all non-biodegradable material or non-compostable materials. Rubbish is non-perishable material. It may either a combustible or non-combustible. The combustible material include paper, wood, scrap, rubber, leather, etc. Okay, so rubbish is the perishable material, and that perishable material again has been divided into two types, that is combustible and non-combustible. Combustible material include paper, wood, scrap, rubber and leather, and non-combustible material include metal, glass and ceramics. Next is the refuse. Refuse means the materials which has been rejected to use. We have rejected these materials from use, which include both decomposable as well as non-decomposable material. So it will include a garbage as well as rubbish. Okay, it include decomposable as well as not decomposable, means garbage is also there and rubbish is also there in a refuse materials. Okay, so up till now we have seen what are the solid waste. Now question arises, what is solid waste management? It is a management of daily solid waste which is discarded by the human being. The main objective of the solid waste management is to minimize the adverse effect before it become too difficult to rectify it in a future. Okay, so this is the solid waste management. There are three main things in a solid waste management. First is collection, transportation and disposal. We will see one by one in a detail. First is collection. There are many ways of collection of the solid waste. First is use large number of dustbins. Large number of dustbin has to be implanted so that the people will not throw solid waste here and there. This dustbin can be of three types. First is for plastic waste, second is for metal waste, and third is for general or decomposable waste, so that it become easier for disposal of this solid waste after collection. The second way of collection, or the most important way of collection, is the door-to-door collection. This type of the collection is the most common type of the collection method. It is in which special vehicles travel door to door and collect all the waste from each home. Therefore, this is very effective way of collection of the solid waste. In many municipal corporations, this type of the solid waste collection method has been implemented, and this method has been implemented very effectively. Okay, in many municipal corporations. The container of these vehicles has been divided into two parts. Okay, first is for wet waste and second is for dry waste. Okay, wet waste directly can be used for organic fertilizer making, and dry waste can be used for waste to energy making. Okay, for example, like a Zoom project is there in Kolhapur. Okay, and next way of collection of the solid waste is the rack pickers. Rack pickers also contribute to the solid waste management. They segregate the recyclable material from other waste. They collect the material like plastic bags, plastic bottles, metal, etc. They generate money by collecting this type of the items, and also contribute to the solid waste management, hence save the cost and the time of disposal. They collect the material which are non-biodegradable. Okay, so this is very important to collect this non-biodegradable material, because this is very difficult to degrade this type of the material from the environment. Okay, so this type of the material can be used for waste to energy creation. Okay, and therefore rack pickers for this purpose play very important role. Next is the transportation. Okay, how to do the transportation of the solid waste. Okay, transportation of the solid waste need highly equipped vehicle like specially designed trucks, tempos. these are main there are many workers who are working on this type of the vehicles. Okay, these are very heavy vehicles, and for operation of this vehicle many workers are required. Okay, these workers have to work safely. They should use safety equipments like hand gloves, masks, shoes, because it is most hazardous way of doing work. Okay, so transportation can be done by the specially designed vehicles, and for these vehicles some workers are required, and these workers has to work safely because it is very hazardous way of doing work, because large number of large amount of waste is going to be collected into cities, and that has to be collected, and that environment, continuous exposure of these peoples to this environment is very harmful for their life. Next is the disposal. Most important part of this solid waste management is the disposal. There are three basic things what we can use for solid waste disposal. There are several ways of disposing this solid waste. One of that is the open dumping. Okay, there are dumping sites which was initially outside the cities, now comes within the domain of the cities. Okay, various hazards are associated with the open dumping, like surface water contamination, groundwater contamination, bad smell, odor, release of greenhouse gases, accidental fire is there, loss of vegetation, soil contamination is there. These problems are due to lack of leachate collection. This is very important part of open dumping as well as the landfilling of solid waste. That is leachate, formation of the leachate. Now what is leachate? Leachate, Leachat, leachate. What is leachate? Is the exact is the extract of the solid waste which is percolate in the ground and create above stated problems. Okay, leachate is the extract of the solid waste. Okay, in open dumping, whatever the solid waste has been dumped, that extract of all the solid waste percolate into the ground and contaminate the underwater, underground water, and that creates various problem of health as well as pollution in the underground water. That leachate collection has to be done properly. Okay, so this is the open dumping. Various problems are also associated with the open dumping. That's why it is less recommended to use. Next way of disposal of solid waste is the landfilling. Landfilling sites are also called as TIP, TIP, or dumping ground. It is also a most common and oldest way of solid waste disposal. A landfilling is engineered pit. Landfill are engineered pit and designed by engineer. That's why it is called as engineered pits, which in which layer of solid waste are filled, compacted, and covered for final disposal. It is lined at the bottom. Okay, lined at bottom to prevent the leachate to reach the underground. Okay, this has to be lined by the specially designed screens or specially designed clothes, so which avoid the leachate to percolate through it. Okay, and that leachate has to be collected and properly disposed. Okay, without allowing it to penetrate into underground water. Okay, for that a special lining is used below or to the surface of this pit, which we use for the landfilling. Okay, landfill needed exact expert design as well as skilled operators and proper management to guarantee their functionality. Okay, so landfilling is very important way of disposal of the solid waste. And last way of disposal of solid waste is the ocean dumping. The waste material from factory, industry, ship, sewage waste are dumped into a sea or ocean after properly packaged. Some of these materials emitted by the industries contain a material like mercury, cryolite, DDT, radioactive materials. If the humans are exposed to these toxic chemicals for long period of the time, then this can result in a dangerous health problem like damage to the nervous system. USA contribute 242 million pounds of plastic trash to the ocean every year. So this type of the ocean dumping has two sides. This type of ocean dumping can be helpful for the solid waste management, which are very harmful for the human being, but it also creates a problem to the aquatic life also. So both side has to be maintained, and this type of the ocean dumping has to be utilized for the disposal of your solid waste. Now lot of laws has been coming forward for disposal of the solid waste into the ocean, and very strict norms has been created by the world organizations. Next is the okay, these are the general ways of disposal of the solid waste, but some advanced methods are also coming forward, like incineration, composting, and reduce at source. We will see one by one in detail. Incineration is waste treatment process that involve the combustion of organic waste. Incineration is described as thermal treatment. Incineration of waste material convert it into ash, flue gas, and heat. Okay, so what are the byproducts of incineration? Are ash, flue gas, and heat. Okay, the flue gas should be clean to remove the particulate matter and gaseous effluents. It is also possible to recover the energy by it. It is called as waste to energy technology. Okay, we can generate the energy by the incineration process. Okay, we can burn these organic matters present into the solid waste, and we can create the energy, and that energy can be, that heat can be used to create the electricity. Okay, and we can generate the electricity, or we can generate the energy by the waste, and it is called as waste to energy technology. And these are termed as, okay, what is the specific term we use for this type of the technology is gasification, pyrolysis, or anaerobic digestion. Okay, so incineration is very important way of solid waste disposal, which is used nowadays very frequently. Composting. The composting is aerobic method which requires the presence of air for decompose of organic solid waste. Okay, so composting is aerobic method which requires the presence of air for decompose organic solid waste. It can be therefore be used for recycle of organic material. Okay, we can use this for recycle of organic material. This process involves decomposting of organic material into the humus like a material. Okay, this process involves decomposting of organic material. Composting involves decomposting of organic material to a material like a humus. What is humus? Humus is the material which is having a humic acid. Okay, humic acid, presence of humic acid means having a properties of compost, and good compost is good compost having a values of fertilizer because it contains nutrients. Okay, so this process involves decomposting of organic material into humus, because and because of that it get a very good fertilizer values because it contains very high values of nutrients. Okay, so composting is also very important way of disposal of solid waste. And last but not the least, that is reduction at the source. Avoid the pollutants to be created, that is called as reduction at the source. It is also known as waste prevention or pollution prevention. Elimination of waste before it is created, it is called as reduction at source. Okay, manufacturing, it involves design, manufacturing, and use of the material and the product to reduce the amount of waste that we throw away. Okay, it involves the design, manufacturing, and material and product. Design a process or design a material, manufacturing material, okay, use material and products to reduce the amount of waste that is created. Okay, while purchasing everything, while creating everything, while designing everything, while manufacturing everything, we have to think that it will not produce a solid waste, or it will not produce a waste that further we have to dispose. Okay, the source reduction means stopping the waste before it is happen, that is called as the reduction at the source. This is very effective way of solid waste management. Okay, now these are advanced methods of solid waste disposal, that is incineration, composting, and reduction at source. Now next part is very important, that is 5R principle of solid waste management. What are 5Rs? 5R means reduce, refuse, reduce, reuse, repair, and recycle. These are 5R principle of solid waste management. We will see one by one in detail. First is refuse. Refuse to buy, refuse to accept the products that can harm you and the society. That is nothing but the refuse. Okay, we have to refuse to buy, we have to refuse to accept the product that may create harm to you and your society, that is called as refuse. Always refuse to receive the material from your supplier which is unnecessarily packaged. Okay, there are number of suppliers who supply the materials with a heavy packaging. Okay, and that we have to later pay for it. Okay, we have to dispose this type of the packaging. Okay, and that create the problem to us, and we have to refuse to accept this type of the packaged material. Always ask the question like, why are we purchasing this item? If it is needed, then also you have to purchase it. Why do we need this? You have to always ask the question like, why do we need this? Whether we need this, if it is needed, then only we have to purchase it. Okay, this is the refuse. Always refuse the material which are not needed and which may create the problem of the solid waste. Okay, so refuse the material. Next is the reduce. It means less, use less. That is means reduce. Think about what we use and buy. Always ask question like, could we use less? Do various type of audits. We can do various type of audit. For example, as a chemical engineer, we can do energy audit and reduce the amount of energy required for heating the facilities. Okay, keep asking the question like, what is the minimum amount of it necessary? Always ask the question like, what is minimum is necessary, and use minimum so as to so that it will not produce a solid waste or it will not produce useless material. Okay, so this type of the question we have to ask like, what is minimum amount is necessary. Okay, so reduce the amount we use, reduce the uh, material which are not needed. Okay, and do various type of audits to reduce the amount we use. Okay, next is the reuse. Reuse something that you already have instead of buying a new, that is called as reuse. Okay, what is reuse? Reuse something that already you have instead of buying a new. Replace the use of single use items with something you can use over and over again. Okay, this is very important. Replace something which is of single use. Okay, there are number of materials we can use single time only. Okay, we have to replace this type of material with the materials which we can use over and over again. Okay, so this is called as reuse. Next is repair. To take something and use it for something else is called as repair. There are number of materials which has been rejected for one purpose. This same material we can use by repairing for another purpose. This required a bit of thinking and craftiness. By using your thinking power and craftiness, we can use waste material from one use to the useful material for the other use. Okay, so by repairing it, which required thinking and craftiness. Okay, and last is recycle. Very important. Recycle all the basic you can, like a paper, plastic, metal and glass. Recycle the food waste into compost soil. Recycle all fabrics. Recycle all electronic gadgets. Okay, so recycle and avoid the solid waste generation. Okay, now what we can do in a daily life, this is very important. We can do things like more plantation, use good quality fuel in automobile, reduce use of individual automobile, use public transport, minimize the use of pesticide, insecticides, fertilizer in agriculture, use biodegradable material, save electricity, use water in a proper and judicial manner. These things we can do in our daily life so as to reduce this type of the problem like a solid waste, and we do not need to do a solid waste management in our daily life. I hope you like this video, like this guidance. If you like this, share it. If you like this, subscribe it for more videos. Okay, I will try to guide you frequently in between. We have already covered most of the syllabus of PUPC while college was running properly. Because of this lockdown period, few points were remaining, like solid waste management is there and advanced oxidation process is there. I'm going to prepare one video for advanced oxidation process also. It is very easy topic. I will suggest you, while preparing for theory examination, I will suggest you to go through problems which has been asked for last theory examination or last 5 years, that is numerical problems on boilers, as well as for uh, air pollutant collectors like electrostatic precipitator, like other equipments like ESP is there, cyclone is there. Problem has been asked on this type of uh, uh, equipments, and that problems are very easy, and that has been asked for 10 marks. You can prepare for this type of the problem and also prepare for theory part. Okay, especially all boilers of two types, water tube boiler as well as for fire tube boiler. From these two, any one may be asked. Okay, so two boilers will be there for 10 marks, 20 mark you secure there. Two problems will be asked for 10 marks, again 20 mark you can secure there. 40 marks are already you have in your hand. Okay, whatever you do further is your bonus. Okay, if you require any guidance from me, directly contact me. I am always there for you. Thank you very much.